How you doing? This is Melvin Brown, and welcome back to Melvin Brown Experience. Today is not going to be a story time, but today is going to be another topic. In this topic, we're going to talk about why do love spells have to take a little bit longer than usual for it to work. Now, listen, everybody has that one person that we wish we could take things back. We wish we could do things a little bit different than what we did to cause our significant other don't want nothing to do with us. Now, when you verbal abusive to your significant other, took them for granted, you gotta realize your target, male or female, took time to break up with you. It wasn't an overnight decision for them saying, okay, I'm gonna break up with you. No, this shit took time. Like, some people, if they really love you, they're not gonna break up with you on the spot. Some of them are gonna sit there, marinate, and slowly but surely start to kill themselves emotionally while they're about to break up with you. That's why when you try to come back to your lover, they are so cold-hearted towards you. No matter what you say, like you on the phone with your significant other, you're like, you know what? I feel like I'm about to cheat. I'm gonna cheat on you. Fuck you. That's why I fucked another bitch. And they're like, okay, cool. I don't care. They trained themselves not to care. That's what I mean by they emotionally killed themselves. No matter what you do to them, I don't care if you're posting social media stories, they don't care. If they're not watching your social media story, they really don't give a fuck. And that's when y'all decided to come to a spiritual worker. Now, as a spiritual worker job, our job is not to bring your target back. Our job is for you to move with the energy. What do I mean by that? Our job is to open up that door for communication, to open up that door for your target to like you. But before things start to manifest, you're going to have to go through a deep soul searching. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and realize, what did I do wrong? What caused this man not to talk to me? What caused this woman not to talk to me? What caused our breakup? And you have to figure that out during your period of your spell manifesting. Now, this is when shit gets a little tricky. You ask your spiritual worker, hey, how long is this going to take for my target to contact me? Some of your spiritual workers might say 3 to 6 months. Some spiritual workers might say 3 to 10 months. Some spiritual worker, depending on how long y'all been separated, maybe another year and a half. Y'all start to get frustrated. Y'all get mad, but the spiritual worker is being so fucking honest with y'all because y'all did so much damage. That time is not the problem. Time is the biggest blessing for you to get your manifestations. So, my job as a spiritual practitioner, I open these doors for you. I always tell my clients, yo, I do not know how long this spell is going to take, but I want you to live your life. I said this millions of times. Let me give you an example. This video gonna be a little bit longer than I expected. So I remember probably a few years ago, had to be the year 2019. This woman come to me talking about, Melvin, I just want my lover back. I said, okay, cool. What was the situation? She cheated, he cheated, toxic ass situation. Super fucking toxic. Bobby and Whitney without the coke. I told my target, look, in the meantime, I want you to do you and have fun. Did she do that? Fuck no. What did she do? She sat there every fucking week calling me, Melvin, why is it not working? Why is it not working? The reason it's not fucking working because you are just waiting for results. You have to go out there and live your life like nothing never happened. As you sitting here getting on my nerves and my spirit's nerves, you fucking up the work without even trying to fuck up the work. Go out, live your life. What wound up happening? 6 months passed. She called me, Melvin, where's the results? I said, baby girl, I don't know. You said 3 to 6 months. I also said the shit can overlap in 10 months. Melvin, I don't know what's going on. I told her, I said, baby girl, what have you been doing for the past 3 to 6 months? What have you been doing? What was she doing? Not a fucking thing. Just going to work and thinking about her target every single day and stalking him. Not calling him, but spy stalking, people snoop on burner accounts and shit, trying to see what the fuck is going on. And I asked her a question. I said, have you been dating anybody? She said, no. I said, yo, you know what, yo? You are making your spell take forever. She didn't understand what the fuck I meant by that. What I meant by that, you sitting there in hermit mode, waiting for something is going to drive you fucking crazy. You go out there and you live your life. Stop going to work and coming home and basically stalking your client. That is fucking miserable. Go on a dating site. Go out with your girlfriends. And the funny part about it, she kept on saying no. I said, look, you know what? Since you don't want to listen, I'm going to cancel this work and I'm going to refund you. This woman screamed and said, no. Okay, I will. And I said, just go out. It's not that hard. So she finally listened to me. What wound up happening as she going out, living her life, it was men looking like her target trying to talk to her. That was sign number one. Sign number two, she starts seeing the cars and everything I've been talking about, the cars, the names, the birthdays, the synchronicities. Things start making sense to her. So she called me like 2 weeks later, like, yo, Melvin, you was right the whole time. I said, see, was that fucking hard? What wound up happening? The spell did not take 6 months to manifest. The spell actually took probably an extra 8 months for it to manifest. All she had to do is move with the energy and work on herself. She got her target back, and let's just say she got a beautiful baby girl. Listen to your spiritual worker. Listen to your spiritual worker. Some spiritual workers is not going to tell you everything that you need to do. A spiritual worker is going to say simple things, and you got to pay attention to that. The most simplest thing, and go what he say or she say. Sometimes in spirituality, spiritual work, witchcraft, magic, you name it, a spell has to overlap its time. The reason it has to overlap its time, not because of what you did, you have to go through a lesson period, a big lesson experience. Before you get a blessing, you have to go through a big lesson. It's just that simple. So sometimes your ancestors or the spirits are going to put you through these crazy scenario situations about love for you to get your target back. I'm not going to get into details. Even in finances, you have to go through crazy situations in order to get what you have to get. But sometimes it has to overlap. And the more you keep sitting on your ass and not doing shit and not moving with the energy, you just putting yourself in that loop over and over and over and over and over again. This could be the reason why your spell is not working, because you gotta learn something. Another reason that your spell, your love spell, overlap to its due date. I'm going to be nothing but 100% honest. Ladies, if you're a pushover and whenever your target wants to have sexual intimacy with you and just treat you the way how you shouldn't be treated, you pushing your work back. And I'm going to be honest with you, you're pushing your work back. Because you are disrespecting yourself, and the spirits that roll with you and your ancestors see that, they're like, no, she ain't learned her lesson. So you keep disrespecting yourself and putting yourself in situations that are very unnecessary. You're putting yourself in an overlap situation. When you start standing up for yourself, you create boundaries and you pass the first test of your manifestations, because your target, male or female, going to know better not to put you in that situation. So you got to understand, like I always tell my male clients and everything, you have to understand, when you date a woman, you have to give her the best impression that you don't take no shit. With women, the same thing. You got to give them the impression that you don't take no shit. Because if they realize you take bullshit, they going to be stepping habitually over your boundaries. And there's no relationship, there's no successful love spell without boundaries. When you pass that test and you start standing up for yourself, you'd be surprised how fast your spell will manifest. Another reason that your spell has to overlap. When I mean overlap, take a little bit longer than usual. We have friends. Some of our friends don't have the best intentions for our love life, even family. Your people that's close to you will fuck you over than people that's not that close to you. People can get in your ear. People can say a lot of fucked up shit about your target. Why they don't like your target. Why they don't like you. Why they don't like nobody. It could be your mom, your dad, and everything. And that shit builds on your mind or your target mind. For them or yourself to make a dumb decision. And what do I mean by a dumb decision? For y'all to break up. For you to crash out on your target and not want to deal with them. Now, this happens. This happened in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s. People are childish. When you're doing a love spell and there are a lot of obstacles, like hating ass friends, hating ass family members, that's a big obstacle. And the spirits has to get them out the way for them to come back to you. Like I always tell people, when I do spiritual work and everything, and I try this over and over and over again. I remember one time, one of my clients, his target, they was broken up for 6 months. I did a ritual. That shit worked within 3 weeks. I'm celebrating, I'm happy about it. I'm like, oh shit, this shit beautiful. But as I learned as a spiritual practitioner, fast spells are not the best spells. What wound up happening when I did a quick spell, this shit just went haywire. She got more cold. She went back to her bullshit. And I started to realize sometimes things have to overlap itself. Everything that's, I think I did a video about this, but I'm saying it again, everything that's fast ain't meant to come back fast. Something that you truly want meant to take time. Just like people that wants to join professional sports. You just can't say, all right, look, I'm about to try out for this team and that team. You're going to gas out. You're not going to be successful. You're going to be 100% horrible because you're not athletically trained to compete on that level. Let's continue. When you go through a spell or you're doing any type of spell, you're going to have to go through a cycle. A cycle to self-reflect on yourself. A cycle to do things a little different with yourself. Because maybe the universe feel like it's necessary for you to go through the cycle. And you keep on repeating it and repeating and repeating and repeating, you're going to go back to that cycle. That's why some love spells has a tendency of overlapping, because you have to go through a cycle. Remember I said, before a blessing comes a big lesson. And that lesson, you have to go through that phase of the cycle. I know some of y'all are prideful, borderline narcissistic. Just because you hear the word magic don't mean your results is going to come in like voila. Practicing magic is a lot of discipline. Practicing magic is a lot of dedication. Not only on a spiritual practitioner side, but your side too. Listen to your spiritual worker. I know sometimes things you hear, you might not want to hear, but your spiritual worker has your best interest. Your spiritual worker wants you to get results. You just got to go through some things. I'm just a person that's just going to rebuild the bridge that you once crumbled. So it is up to you to do what you got to do. It is up to you to take notes and live your life. Like, there's some clients, right? And I really respect some of these clients, because every time I talk to do like divinations for clients and everything, they literally have a notebook. And when I'm doing my divinations, they writing everything down, saying shit like that. I respect, because they taking notes because they serious. A client that's just listening, lollygagging, they don't really take it serious, and that's why they always in the same situation that they all talk about and complain about, because they're not doing nothing different. It's like, let me give you an example. If you doing the same shit, let's just say boxing. If you doing the same shit, knocking somebody out in the first round, fast and quick, you doing the same shit, then all of a sudden, your new opponent train their chin, train their endurance. So you're normally used to knocking people out in the first round. Next thing you know, you got this new opponent that know everything about you. And you, in the first round, you fighting this person, you trying everything you can to knock this person out in the first round, you gas yourself out. Now in the other 11 rounds, you're fucked. You gotta do things a little different. Approaching a love spell is pretty much like approaching building up credit. Something like that. It's an investment. And when you put investment time into the situation, things go in your favor. This is Melvin Brown. This is the Melvin Brown Experience. I hope you enjoy this video. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, email me. I'm out.